What's happening, everybody? Boy Big Brando, and today let's talk about pricing again. Now, I had posted a video with this transfer right here showing this taco design on this transfer sheet. There were a lot of negative comments about that one transfer, and a lot of it had to do with pricing. So let's get into it. A lot of the comments read, how come you didn't just gang up more taco designs on that sheet so you could lower the print cost for the customer? Some of the other comments said, why didn't you gang up more taco designs on that sheet and increase your profit? Both of these very, very valid points. But you have to remember, we run our businesses totally different. If that's your mentality and that's the way you're thinking when you watch the video, we have two different views on how we run our business. Now, as most of you guys know, I make majority of my money selling my designs for retail. Starting these brands, running these brands, operating these brands is how I make majority of my t-shirt money. It's not printing for the taco company. It's not printing for other people. It's designing my own designs, pressing them on a t-shirt and selling them to the public for a retail price. That's how I make my money. So if we dissect one of these comments that said, how come you didn't just gang up more taco designs on there to increase your profit? If we did that, let's say I ganged up 4 of these taco designs on one gang sheet. Customer wanted 48 t-shirts, 4 up on one sheet. All I would have to do is order 12 sheets. If I order 12 sheets, it comes out to like $12 per sheet, which is like 140 bucks, give or take. And let's say the customer's paying $8 for printing alone. It's like $400. We're going off based off of like 48 or 50 shirts. Roughly, I don't feel like doing the math right now. It's like 400 bucks. So the profit on that job right there is like $260. It's not bad, right? We're talking 12 sheets, 4 designs ganged up on one sheet, only ordering 12 sheets. My out of pocket is 140 bucks. Customer's paying $400 or $8 for the printing each. My profit's roughly $260, which is cool. But remember, I said that I make most of my money selling t-shirts for retail. So if my customer is already happy with paying $8 per print or whatever, this is just ballpark figures what we're talking about. These aren't actual numbers. This is just ballpark based on the last video. So the customer cool with paying $8 per shirt. I ordered 50 of these transfers right here that had my own t-shirt design on there also. So that means I have 50 prints of my own design on there. I retail that shirt for $20. I have 50 of them. Now my profit is $1,000, right? I didn't pay for the print cost because the taco man already paid for the transfers. My design just got a free ride on that transfer. So I'm going to turn down $1,000 profit of selling my own t-shirt for retail versus $250, $260 that I could have just got profit just printing the taco shirts alone. I'm leaving $700 to $800 profit on the table. Is crazy. That's how I operate. I make my money selling my designs to retail. I could charge the customer like $1 labor for those taco shirts. So I could say, hey man, $1 t-shirt is gonna be my profit off of those taco shirts. But the bigger picture is I'm getting 50 prints that I can sell for myself for retail for a way bigger profit. Does that make sense to anybody out there? That's why I didn't gang up 4 taco designs on one sheet for the customer. And then on the other hand, there was that other comment that said, why didn't you gang up more taco designs so you could lower the print price for the customer? Me and my customer agreed on pricing before I took the job on. What you have to remember is we sell our services. Outside of selling t-shirts, we're actually just selling our services. One of the biggest things about pricing is knowing the value of your labor. Knowing how much your labor is worth is what you're gonna charge the customer. A lot of people out there don't understand that. There's a lot of people out there that are watching this video confused at this part because they don't know what their labor is worth. How long does it take you to press up a shirt? How many shirts can you get done in an hour? Now break those numbers down for your own hourly rate. How much money can you be working at your day job? What do you get paid an hour over there? That's your employer placing a value on your labor. So if you get paid $20 an hour, that's what your boss thinks your labor is worth. That's your value. So what do you personally think your labor is worth? Hourly. This is how you find the value in your own business. Not comparing your pricing to the next man, not comparing your pricing to my pricing or somebody else you watch on YouTube, because our labor rates are going to be a lot different. My value is different from your value. My sacrifices are different than your sacrifices. So asking me what I charge for certain things is crazy because now you're comparing your experience to my experience. You're comparing your knowledge to my knowledge. You're comparing your value to my value. See what I mean? But let's break down that comment, right? It said, gang up more taco designs, lower the price for the customer. That's cool. But if me and my client already agreed on a price, my client does not need to know about gang sheets. They don't need to know how much I pay for the gang sheets. They don't even need to know anything about the sheet, period. All I am delivering to them is a completed t-shirt with the design that they wanted on the deadline or before the deadline for them. That's all they care about. How I make the stuff doesn't matter. They don't need to know about it. If they do, I don't mind explaining it to them, but for the most part, that's not a conversation that needs to be had. When you go to the pizza place, do you ask the pizza place how they make the pizza, what dough they use, what cheese they use, why they cut their pepperoni that way, how long are they baking it for? You don't ask all that. You go there and you pay the price for the pizza. It's exactly what's happening here. They're coming to me to make some t-shirts for them. They don't need to know how everything is done because they don't care about that. Once again, they're paying for my service. When you go to the pizza place, you're paying for the people to make the pizza for you. You can buy the dough and cheese and sauce and all that and make the pizza at home, but you don't do that because you're going somewhere so you can pay somebody to do it for you. Same exact thing that's happening here, right? So if me and the customer already agreed on price, I don't need to lower my price to keep them happy. The reason why they continue to use my services is because of my customer service, because what I deliver for them, the quality of my work, my knowledge and experience, and how easy I make the process for them. That's what the client is paying for. I did not get into this business to keep lowering my prices to keep the customer happy. Me and my client agree on a price and that's it. Price is set. Now think about it like this. If I ganged up 4 taco designs on that one sheet, like I said, I only needed 12 sheets and I paid the $12 per sheet. Comes out to like 140, 144 bucks or whatever. Now let's say that the customer was going to pay $400, but now since I explained the process of I could gang up all these designs right here on this one sheet for you, bring your print cost down, cutting into my margins. But now I tell them, all right, for front and back print, it's going to be 140 bucks because I'm only going to order 12 sheets for you. They're like, cool. So now they know they could get 4 dozen t-shirts for 144 bucks. That price is set in stone now between you and that client. That's what they tell their friends when they go home and say, oh man, I use this print shop over here and I paid 144 bucks for 4 dozen t-shirts. It's cool, you should go there. So let's say that client comes back to you 2 weeks later, says, hey, I got another job for you, front, left chest print, back print. But let's say that back print is a lot bigger than this taco design right now and you can't gang up 4. So now you have to tell the client, you know what, it's gonna be a little bit more expensive now because the back design's a little bit bigger. They're like, man, last time you did 4 dozen for 144 bucks, that's why I'm coming back to you. And then now you have to say, well, the back print's a little bit bigger, I can't fit that many on a sheet. Print cost is gonna be a little bit different, it's gonna be a lot more expensive now. That part of the game they don't understand. That part of the game should never even have to be explained. So I like to eliminate that conversation at the very beginning. Knowing my value, knowing my labor rate, setting my price early with the client. To say this is what the price is going to be based on how many colors in your design and the location of the prints. Instead of showing them the inner workings on how you're making your profit and how you're getting your margins right, you could just set the price right out the gate and you never have to haggle your price with the customer. If your price doesn't fit within their budget, so be it. On to the next one. But if you set your evaluation at like, let's say $10 a shirt and they say, oh, that's kind of expensive. And you're like, oh, you know what? Well, maybe I could do 8. Now that's still a little too expensive. Oh, maybe I could do 6. And they're like, all right, yeah, I could do 6. I didn't get into this business to bend and fold for the customer. I got into this business to make money. And if you keep bending and folding and changing your pricing based on keeping the customer happy, your profits are going to suffer. That's cool, you got a lot of clients coming in, but you're doing work for dumb cheap, breaking your back for pennies. Yeah, right, that ain't me. So the moral of this whole video is to know your value, know what your labor is, and you do not have to fold for your customer and lower your prices or accept lowball offers just to keep the work in-house. Because at the end of the day, you're just breaking your back for pennies. That's not what we got into this business for. Know your worth, know your value. Remember, when it comes to pricing, there's no set list for pricing. Your labor's worth something different than my labor. My labor is worth something different than the next person. There's no set list price. I know everybody wants to be competitive. Nobody wants to get ripped off. Nobody wants to overcharge. So you want to find this small little gray area where you feel comfortable, where you're making money because somebody else is charging X amount of dollars. You want to be able to charge X amount of dollars too. But just know, when you go based off somebody else's price list, you're setting your value at whatever that person set that list at. I didn't get into this business to let somebody else tell me what my value's worth. I decided to own my own business so I can get paid for what my value is actually worth. All right? Got any questions about this? Make sure you leave it in the comments. Follow me on Instagram, BigBrandoTV. Catch you guys on the next one, man. Yeah.